Hey guys, so I'm back today with an update on the Daniel plan and how it's working for me. If you figured it out, I'm past the detox stage. It's been a week now since I've been past that. The detox for me was a roller coaster because the first like 3 or 4 days was really good, and then I had 3 not so great days, and then the last like 3 days were okay. Like, I'm a very competitive person. So I really had to look at this as a competition, as like a challenge. And I had to say, you know what? I'm not going to let food or my habits or my cravings win. I'm going to win this. Like, I am going to beat this. So once I got through the detox, I felt like this huge weight was lifted off me. Because I didn't feel like the pressure was on. I still had to make good choices, but I felt like I had a little bit more freedom. So basically what happens after the detox is you're able to introduce back into your diet a food group. Or not a food group, but it could be something like dairy or wheat or gluten, something like that we had cut out in the detox portion. I brought back in a little bit of dairy. I think that's how I did it to begin with. And then I've also introduced back a little bit of gluten. And knock on wood, but I've been feeling great. There's no like side effects of getting like a sick, upset stomach, or not having headaches or feeling sluggish. None of that has happened so far. That means that I can have those in small moderations. I still have to make sure I'm maintaining portion control, and that is a huge thing for me because I could eat healthy all day long, but if I'm eating so much of it, it's still kind of defeating the purpose of eating healthy. So I really think my thoughts so far on the Daniel plan is that I really feel like it works, because I know that I personally, the first time I weighed in, which was 4 days into the detox, I had lost 10 pounds from my birthday, which was in September, so it's been a while. But from September to then, I lost 10 pounds. Now, I don't know how much of that was due to the detox, because silly me forgot to weigh myself before I started. But then a week later, when I weighed in again, I lost 2.5 pounds. So I'm thinking that I lost probably a good 5 pounds, maybe a little more, give or take, on this detox plan. Now, I'm not saying that that's how you should eat all the time, as in you should be that extreme if you can't, because I know there are some people who have health issues or have health conditions where you can't eat like that all the time. I completely understand that. You have to do what works for you, kind of thing. My personal opinion is that it worked. Like, it really got me thinking about what I'm putting in my body. I'm very, very conscious now of labels. Everything I go to eat, or everything I'm thinking of eating, before I even think of opening it, I turn it around to look at the label. I look at sugar content, and then as soon as I'm done looking at sugar content, I go directly to ingredients. If there is MSG in it, that is not a thing going in my body. If there is high fructose corn syrup, usually I don't put that in my body either, depending on what it is. I try to make sure there's not anything that has a lot of the syrups in it, which is just extra sugar. I also look for the sugar substitutes, so like the Splenda and all that kind of stuff that is just a different name in the ingredients, so you don't necessarily know what it is. So I've been really conscious of the labels. I've even got my kids looking at labels. They look for sugar content, and then my daughter, who is going to be 11 soon, I've been really teaching her about which ingredients to look for in what she's eating. And so it's kind of fun to be able to get the kids involved with it. And that is one of the things that I'm very thankful for this plan that I've been doing, is getting my kids more on board with the healthy eating with me, but then also just really learning about what I've been putting in my body for 29 years. I never really have looked into this kind of lifestyle or really got into it before, so much of this is so new to me, and it's a learning process, as well as getting through the being able to retrain your palate kind of thing, because before there were so many things I didn't like. I was such a picky eater when it came to veggies and all that kind of stuff, but now there's some of them I can tolerate, and I might even eventually really like them, because I've kind of reset my palate in the aspect of it doesn't like some sweet things I used to love are now a little too sweet for me, and just different things like that. So it really just has opened my eyes to a whole different way of eating and living. But will I continue doing the Daniel plan the way it is? I'm not 100% sure, because I do know that I want to make sure that I'm eating low sugar content, like hardly anything. I want it to be natural sugars. I don't want to eat anything that has MSG in it for sure. I'm trying to cut back and cut out all things that have like high fructose corn syrup and just regular corn syrup and all that. But my thing is I'm going to still eat certain things. So like I love rice cakes, and I did find that Fit and Active brand from Aldi's, which is like the Weight Watchers kind of brand of from there, and their rice cakes are super low in sugar, but it doesn't have corn syrup in it. But if I need that for a snack, like I'm okay having one rice cake for a snack. Like that is something else that has been really eye-opening for me. Is there are going to be days like this last weekend, so Super Bowl weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was out of town, but then when I came home it was time for Super Bowl, and so it was just a really long weekend of not making the best eating choices. And so I had to own up to it. I had to say, okay, I did not eat so well the last 3 days. I know I'm not eating that well. And so Monday I will start back on the routine. And I did. And so what I used to do though is I used to do that and just say, well, I can't even make it a whole 2 weeks, so I'm not going to do this anymore. And I would just quit. But now I've gotten to the point where I'm able to say, okay, I know that today was, a step back, but tomorrow can be a new day. Like I don't let a day or even a couple days define what I'm doing anymore. I really just want to keep pushing forward with that. There are a few things. So one of my favorite guilty pleasures and things I love so much are the chocolate chip frappes from McDonald's. They're ridiculously high in calories and in sugar. Like I used to use my Fitness Pal, and I would be astonished at how many calories would instantly say I had when I would put it in there. But what I've decided is there are going to be days where my husband and I want to go out for coffee, and I want to enjoy a coffee date with my husband. So yes, there are probably a lot less, there's probably drinks that have a lot less sugar and a lot less fat and all that kind of stuff. But, that is going to be my thing where I have it once in a while. I'm not going to have it every day. I won't have it every week. It probably will just be like a monthly thing. Try not to put too many like hardcore restrictions on myself, because I feel like if I restrict myself to never being able to have cake with my kids on their birthday, or if it's my birthday and someone takes me out to lunch, like I want to enjoy my birthday lunch kind of thing, there will be times where I'm going to enjoy the day, or I'm going to enjoy an occasion or a meal. That doesn't mean that I have to eat like that every day, and it doesn't mean that I have to like gorge myself. I still will have to make good choices when it comes to portion control and such. But I have to make this about my health and about my choices. I can't base what I'm doing on what anybody else is doing. My two good friends, Laura and Christina, who've been really doing this with me, we have been in constant contact when it comes to this plan and the way we're doing it. I really don't think I could have made it even as far as I have without them. They have been so helpful with answering my questions or giving suggestions on like alternatives to sugar or alternatives to something. And then my good friend Amanda let me go through her entire kitchen one day and really just look at all the stuff that she uses to cook with, and like just told me like kitchen staples that I should have on hand for this kind of cooking. And so they have been probably the biggest and best part of this whole process, is having my close friends being able to do this with me and also to help me. Would I recommend the Daniel plan to any of you? I would, especially if you want a faith aspect to your lifestyle change, because the more I'm getting into this book, we're about halfway through now, a little over halfway through, and the more I get into the book, the more I realize how this isn't really about me. This is about me being ready for a change, but asking God to help me with that change. And knowing that I can't do it alone. I need friends for support, but I also need Him. So the chapter we just got done with was Focus, and it was the best chapter I think I've read so far. It is so just spot on to what I needed to hear, but also really what this plan is all about. So if you guys are interested in the Daniel plan or something similar to that, I highly recommend checking this book out. I really think that it's got some great nuggets of truth in it, but it's also got so many helpful steps and ways to just get through this. Because even if you don't do the detox and you choose to just try to start with the Daniel plan itself, I had more energy during the detox portion. I felt like I was up and about a little bit more, and I didn't feel so sluggish. Now the last couple days I felt a little more tired than normal because of all the poor eating over the weekend. But as those things get out of my system, I feel like the energy will come right back. But yeah, I've had a lot more energy. I feel like my head is a little more clear, which that is something I hope happens quickly because my memory is kind of just crappy. So I'm hoping that the fog, which is something that the book will talk about, is a side effect of all the crap you put in your body. The mind fog, just like not remembering things, just kind of being hazy all the time. I'm hoping that that'll be something that will go away within the next, short while or whatever. So let me know down below if you guys are doing some kind of plan, some kind of lifestyle change, especially to get healthier. I would love to hear how you guys are doing. I know that Kara and Jenny, who I will link their channels down below, they were doing the 21-day fix, which looks phenomenal, by the way. It looks really awesome. And Jenny is a coach from there. So if you guys are interested in that, if you've not heard anything about it, I will link them down below. Kara just did an unboxing video for her 21-day fix on her channel, and I'm sure Jenny would answer any of your questions if you had any. But anyway, that's off topic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that as I keep continuing through this process, that I have even more great results to come share with you guys. I'm going to work out today at the gym, which I'm super excited for. I renewed my membership so that I could go there as often as I want to and just kind of get back to my old workout routine. And I'm really excited about it because being active is something I love to do. I just never really had the drive to do it as often as I do now. So I'm really excited for that. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments or questions, please pop them down below and I will get back to you with them as soon as possible. Also, make sure you check out Jenny and Kara's channels. I will have them down below as well. And thanks so much again for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!